Let's be honest. That was a frustrating game to watch. I understand that it's the preseason. I understand that there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section saying, Will, stop freaking out. Will, it was just a loss. It's preseason. It was mostly the twos. It was mostly the threes. Hogwash. It wasn't good from top to bottom. It was hard to find winners for this game. But we're going to go through the winners and losers for our favorite team in LA. Chargers Now is presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Will Ortner. And as ugly as that game was, there were 5 people that came out at least looking a little bit better. Go down below in our comment section and let me know who was a winner for this Chargers team. Who stood out to you? Who put on a masterful performance? Who did something good that deserves recognition? You might agree with the 5 guys I have. Maybe there's someone that you don't agree with. Let us know who your biggest winner was for the Chargers in the comment section. First winner I've got is Dame Tucker. Now, to me, this one seems maybe not the easiest, but I felt like Tucker did a really good job of getting after the quarterback in this game, and specifically, he gets a big-time hit on Martinez, and if he does not get that hit on Martinez, then guess what? There's no interception, there's no pick six for this team. Dame Tucker specifically helped the Chargers score 6 points, and that deserves a kudos here. Speaking of kudos for the pick six, Junior Colson, man, fantastic job. Now, this is a guy coming out of Michigan. There was a lot of hype around him. A lot of people were very excited to see what he was going to be able to do, and unfortunately, for a multitude of different reasons, it hasn't always been the best for him, right? There have been some, let's call it frustrations. There have been some things that haven't quite gone the correct way. There have been some things that, again, let's be honest, it hasn't been successful for him. It felt like he went out in this game, did a good job, got a pick six. A big touchdown like that is going to be important for you. It's going to be important for putting yourself in a spot where you could say that you're going to go out and make this team. He's someone that is on the potentially outside looking in, could potentially end up getting cut. Find a way to make this squad. Good job by Junior Colson. Devin Grant, man, in a game like this, if you go and make a big play, you create a turnover, you get yourself on the winners list. When the defense really struggled in this game, I do believe that Devin Grant came up in a big way. When you're able to force an interception, no matter how you do it, and again, against Martinez, that is something that should be celebrated and will be celebrated by us here on the channel. I felt like when you looked at the 3 guys that we've talked through so far, that you have talked about, we have talked about guys that are fringe guys to make this team, fringe guys to potentially make this roster. So when I look at a guy like a Grant, when I look at a guy like a Dame Tucker, when I look at a guy like a Colson, I'm looking at guys that I'm saying, hey, you got to do something to stand out. You got to do something to make this team. You have to do something in a big moment like this preseason game for the coaches to say, yes, this guy, we need to make sure that we have him. And I'm going to be honest here, this might not be enough to get Devin Grant on this team. I hope it is. I want him to be on the final 53-man roster. I want guys to get to play in the National Football League. I want guys to reach their dreams. This is something in the right direction. This is something that the coaching staff can go to each other later. The scouts can go to each other later and say, hey, look at what he did in that preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers. And at the end of the day, if everything goes the wrong way, Devin Grant gets to say, I got an interception in an NFL game. And that is a very cool thing for him to have. We have a lot more to discuss on the program today, but first, I need to let you know that today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app and is the best place to win cash while watching sports. With the football season right around the corner, there's no better time to cash in with our friends at Prize Picks. And I'll tell you this, the app is really easy to use. For player picks, just pick more or less on a few players' stats and lock in your lineup. That's it. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. One thing I love is the new social feeds feature where you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups with a single click. You can actually follow me on the app at BigWill7774 to see all of my lineups. I have a lineup for the football action going on later on this year. Justin Herbert, more on his pass yards. Quentin Johnston, more on his receiving TDs. Rashid Shaheed, more on his receiving yards. New user offer. Best of all, play your first $5 and get $150 in lineups if you win. Just use code HMA when you sign up. That's right. Prize Picks just switched up their offer, so there's no better time to join. Lock in and win that first lineup. That's code HMA at sign up to get $150 in bonus lineups if you win your first $5 plus lineup. Lander Barton, man, this is a guy who's on the outside looking in. When you are a UDFA, you got to do things to stand out. You got to show that you can be a player that we should be discussing as someone who could make this team, or at least make this practice squad, and then potentially make this team. That linebacker position is loaded, and the kid out of Utah, he's got to do everything in his power to potentially make this team. This is not going to be something that is handed to him. This is not going to be something that is given to him easy. Again, he's still probably on the outside looking in, but when you can lead your team in tackles, and I do understand that most of them came against threes, and I do understand that most of them came in the second half, that is always going to be a positive. That is always going to be something that is good for you in the long run. Lander Barton, great job finding a way to find a way. Getting yourself on the field and getting 6 tackles, leading this team. Good for you. We're going to end with Jerand Bradley. Look, in a game where your offense only scores 1 touchdown, Bradley, you're the one who ends up scoring. I'm going to give you a kudos, man. It was a nice catch. It wasn't easy along the sidelines. You ended up having to make a play, getting your arms underneath it, tapping your feet down. You came away with a big catch. Kudos to you, getting into the end zone, not giving up on the play. Shout out to Bradley. Certainly earned it. Is he going to make this roster? Probably feels like a long shot. But this is something that is important to really mention. Here are our Chargers winners. Look, I know it is a list that isn't long or illustrious, but it is a good crew. Who had the worst game for the Chargers? Let us know down below in the comment section. I am very interested, of course, in hearing what you have to say. A couple of different people could end up going on this one. And look, we're going to have some big names on this one. I'm going to start off with Chris O'Leary. Again, I'm not putting anyone in any particular order. He's not the biggest loser. Certainly, he'd never appear on that show. He's in very good health. But what I would say about Coach O'Leary is that when you look at what the 49ers were able to do, man, you gave up 41 points. I understand. Special teams gave up one of the touchdowns. Still gave up over 30 points. Not good enough. It's not good enough. Over 300 yards. Easy 4 yards a clip. They would have had more, the 49ers, if they didn't throw in the towel that last fourth quarter. If they didn't just run the football, they would have done more damage to this team. Coach O'Leary, it has to be better, man. It has to be better. Mike McDaniel, from the penthouse to the doghouse for both of your coordinators. It felt like last week. The defense, they bent, but they never broke. The offense, man, they found a way to make big plays. Drives weren't there this week. Big plays really weren't there this week. Offense didn't look good, man. 17 points. You didn't score 7 of them. You scored 10. That's what you got for this team. Really, special teams technically got 3. So you got 7. That's what you did. The offense sputtered. The last drive kind of bolstered a lot of this up. Your yards per play, again, got bolstered because of the last drives. Every single time there was a big play, there was a penalty because of little stupid mistakes. Guys weren't aligned properly. Guys weren't doing the things they were supposed to do. Time of possession goes your way, or at least gets a little bit closer. Again, because of the final drives that you had, the offense looked like crap. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, man. You just look at what this offense did, and it looks like a completely different offense from what it was just a short week ago. Amar Johnson, man, look, I don't mean to call him out. I don't mean to go after anyone in particular. I'm not doing this just because I want him to feel bad. I'm sure he doesn't even watch Chargers now. If he does, I love and appreciate you, and you comment, and I'll completely change what I'm saying. But look, Johnson is on the outside looking in for this roster. When you are on the outside looking in for a roster, you cannot lay a stinker. You cannot have a game where you have negative rushing yards. Is it all his fault? No, of course not. Of course not. Didn't get a ton of carries in this game. The offensive line was not blocking well. Third string O-line really struggled. Not going to sit here and say he was horrific. But he had negative 1 rushing yards. Can't happen. And if you're not getting reps, it's because you didn't earn them. It's not good. Devonte Ross is next for me. This one's pretty simple. Again, another fringe player. Can't have a fumble, man. Can't have a fumble. Catching the football, Ross actually looked halfway decent. 12-yard average, couple of big catches. Put yourself in some good spots to make a name for yourself. Cannot fumble on a punt. Fumbled, gave the ball right back to the opposing team, and it led to the 49ers scoring. It just can't happen. Ross has to be better than that. When you're a fringe guy, this can't happen. Dallas Cowboys, Trayshawn Holden, last week, tried to pick up a punt, end up leading to a fumble. Easy recovery for the Seahawks. Trayshawn Holden, not in Dallas anymore. If you're a fringe guy, can't have those things happen. We got more to discuss on the program today, but first, I need to let you know that today's show is also made possible by SeatGeek. When it's time to get out of the house, there's not many better options right now than a ball game. With SeatGeek being MLB's official ticket marketplace, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. I was having some fun last night. Went on SeatGeek to look at some Chargers tickets. Now, you know me, I'm looking for some tickets to that opening day game against the Cardinals. I want to sit as close as I can to the action while still getting a good deal, so I'm looking for those green dots. Whether it's a Chargers game with a special lady friend or a co-Etzel concert with the boys, SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with the promo code CHAT10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you so very much. Lastly, let's talk about the backup QBs. Now, this isn't simple like, hey, they are losing their jobs or they're going to be cut. I honestly think the Chargers have a good chance of keeping 3 QBs. But it felt like this was an opportunity for Trey Lance to retake control of that QB2 spot. It felt like this was an opportunity for DJU to put himself firmly in that QB2 spot. Didn't feel like either one of them did it. Trey Lance had a couple big plays called back by penalties. Also set up a couple of his wide receivers to get absolutely killed. Feels like when Trey Lance is back there, it's like when a 16-year-old's driving. Everyone's grabbing that handle right above and just holding on for dear life. Some things are going to be good. Some things are going to be bad. DJU struggled. Figured it out late, but you can't have those things. You got to have it figured out right away. DJU's got to be better. It was ugly. It was ugly from top to bottom. And look, today's a new day. Chargers are going to get better, and it's important to remember that it is a preseason game. But there's a lot of work to be done. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of the content that we have here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Can't wait to see you guys next time. And as always, bolt the freak up.